All right, what's good, everybody? What's good? Sorry, I'm using a different device tonight, so sorry if I'm a little slow getting y'all's request in and everything. But anybody listening back on replay, please just go over to YouTube at Grindhouse Spaces on YouTube at Grindhouse Spaces on YouTube and listen to this on replay over there on YouTube if it's not too much of a hassle. Appreciate y'all. Uh, incredible game again tonight. Just another relaxing, calming win. Haven't had many of these, like I said the other night, against the Wizards. So it's good to go out there and treat a bad team like a bad team. The offense is flowing right now. The system is absolutely working. Scotty even took a little, or Scotty got in a little foul trouble early, and things still continued to look smooth, a little bit, even without a point guard and things like that. The player movement, the ball movement, the back cuts, all that good stuff is looking very good, from Thomas Isolo, and his system. So shout out to him. Shout out to the team once again. Jaren come in locked in, defensively, offensively, just being the leader out there for this team. We questioned him a lot last year, especially at me, and a lot of people, as y'all would call us, dark Grizz Twitter, question him and bang about how they can win games and things like this. And early in the season last year, that was the famous Marcus Smart on his knees game. Afterwards losing to Portland. And this is 100% a complete turnaround. Jalen Wells once again looking very solid defensively. Just turning people's waters off. Anthony Simons and Shaden Sharp was the new victims tonight. Shout out to the Rook. Zach Edey still looked very good in his little, the stints that he was able to play, even though he didn't start again. Brandon Clark looked very, solid as well. Jaren, like I said, Jaren even rebounded, man. The rebounding numbers might not still be there all the time, but I think he's been very good at getting key rebounds so far this season. So I got to highlight that as well. Jake LaRavia, amazing game tonight, continuing to put great things on tape. Even if the Grizzlies do decide to bring him back, I don't think that will happen. But even if they do, the man is playing very good. So, as Dez would always say, he's out there playing for his basketball life, and he's making the most of it right now. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end it right there. Let me go ahead and get the Grizz company name, Parjan, UL, and then Dez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good night for Grizz basketball. Not gonna lie, like it's a good night. We got to sit back, beat up on a shitty team, see the goat Yuki get in there and do what he do, and now we got a good weight and getting our guys back. So that's what this win's all about. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to Jake LaRavia, player of the game. You doing what you need to do, and you doing it at the right time. We getting guys back soon, and your stock is building. So any teams out there, I hope y'all seeing what all he's doing right now. He's hitting his threes. He's a hustle on defense. He's a scrapper. He gets in there, and you can tell his coaches love him. So he's a really good guy. Shout out to Jake LaRavia. Any teams, he's got a for sale sign on his fucking head, and we're taking it. Like, come get this dude. But shout out to Jalen Wells. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Jalen Wells, no matter who's in that fucking rotation, he's playing. The kid's got everything you want in a rookie. He's got everything you want in a young wing. He's got mid post work, patience. His shot is real. He does everything right. And shout out to Santi Aldama. Dude is just the versatile wing we need. Like, he does everything. He runs the floor well. Santi's playing way more loose with this current iteration of the team. He's playing FIBA basketball, and when he's playing that type of basketball, can't nobody fuck with Santi. Like, I've always said, he's the best young player on this team, and he's showing that right now. Shout out to Jaren Jackson. He just gonna do what he gonna do. Came out early, he was struggling, but he settled down, and he's like taking his time now. Like, that's the big difference between Jaren now and Jaren the previous years. Before, he would be willy nilly with the ball, turn it over, run into people. Excuse me, run into people. But now he's taking his time and cooking everybody. It don't matter who's on him. He's getting to that line or he's getting to that bucket. And shout out to Edie and Klingon, like both of them. You can tell tonight they got up for this game. They don't like each other. It's hella smoke from the title game, from the summer league, from the draft. When you see two young guys go out there and just hoop with animosity, that was good hoops tonight. Both of them shined. It's just one of them's on the Portland Trailblazers. So, Klingon, your career is going to be a real shitty for the first 4 years, but hopefully we can get you out of there. It is what it is. We move.
For sure, man. Yeah, I mean the matchup tonight, it was solid. Edie got the first little bump basket on Klingon. Klingon got him back the other way. And then they took Edie right out of the game. That part I just don't understand. But once again, man, I guess it shows that like I said, Zach Kleiman before the season said, what he said about, how they're not going to let teams dictate how they use Edie. But then, Taylor Jenkins is dictating what other teams is doing to use Edie. So I guess there's some kind of, I'm sure it's not a conflict between the two, but it's definitely two sides right there, split apart in their decision. It's worked out for Taylor Jenkins so far. I'm not going to get on him too hard, but it's still disgusting to me in a way. But shout out to Edie for handling it well, not putting his head down, not moping about it, and still going out there and handling the business. So shout out to the young man. Go ahead, Parjan, and then UL and Dez.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm not gonna lie. I gotta give Jake Laravia his props. I used to like pray over a Ouija board that like somebody would, a demon would come and snatch him. And tonight was like the first night that I was like, damn, man, I feel so bad for speaking so ill of your name. He's really come along a lot more than I thought he would. And then the next thing I gotta say is we beat a team by 45 with one starter. That's insane. So this team is a lot deeper than we give it credit to. Only knock I can say is I don't like that we're benching Edie this early in the season, but I don't think that's really an issue. I think maybe it's a matchup thing. But have y'all ever seen an opposing team cheer for your third string backup point guard like they did? I have never seen a crowd go crazy for a third string backup point guard. I mean, Yuki's electric, but like Portland was cheering more for them than their own players, and I was like, "What am I watching right now?" I've never seen anything like that in my life before. That was hilarious and fun, and I love that Grizzlies basketball is fun again, man. That's all I can say. What a beat down on a terrible team, but like 45. Oh my goodness. What a game. Not really much negative to say. Maybe Edie's fouls, but like great game. Insane.
No, for sure, man. And you say something important. Just having fun again, man. After the Bulls lost, I definitely made the statement like, man, I just want to see this team having fun again. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, handle business, and that's what they done the past two games. Um, I really didn't even want to space after the tonight. Just very very busy, but I gotta like we gotta enjoy these wins too. Even though it's not really much to talk about, gotta celebrate them because they have come few and far between as of late. We haven't had comfortable wins like this in really about 2 seasons almost. So shout out to the game being fully locked in. Once again, early in this season, first 11 games and stuff, I think what's showing for real is that offensive system, it does work to a degree. Like sometimes it might come back and bite us, kind of like that Bulls game where we're scoring a little too fast and then can't score for a stretch, and it comes back and bites us. But overall, the system's working. We're scoring at a high rate. We're putting total points up on the board. Our first halves has been pretty much incredible so far. No, despite not having Ja, not having Bang here, like all these different factors here and there as to why the Grizzlies really shouldn't be producing the way they are. Uh, Only having really one point guard on the team right now, it's amazing, man, and it don't attest to nothing but the system. But that's just for right now. Hopefully it continues, and also they also fixed the perimeter defense. The 3-point shooting of opposing teams before December, the assertion of Jalen Wells into the starting lineup. Scottie Pippen's been playing very well, and then of course Jaren being back, being an anchor, and kind of just being that roamer and everything. I think it's really helped out the defense. So they actually got that fixed before December so far. So shout out to Taylor Jenkins in the game for doing that. Go ahead, UL, Dez, Pat, and then Judge of Memphis.
Man, appreciate it. Don't really have too much to say tonight. Just great win, took care of business, did what you were supposed to do, and more. Again, like Grind said, just appreciating the wins like these, like the ones against the Wizards and against the Trailblazers, just the blowout wins. Because, like you said, we haven't really had too much of those. But yeah, man, not too much to say. Just great win. Let's just hope we can keep this momentum going into Wednesday. Get the Lakers at home and just keep this win streak going.
No, I appreciate you as always. You will. Go ahead, Dez, then Pat, and then Judge
Yeah,
of Memphis.
and become a real part. Yeah, man. Good game from the good guys. Jalen Wells has cut off another person's water. So what's that? 5 or 6 people that's averaging over 20. He done cut that water off. I think Simon's only got what he ain't get more than like a couple, maybe 7 points, something like that. So, dude is he pretty much what we've been looking for. Jake had a damn good game, man. NBA player. I'm telling you right now, bullying works, people. Bullying works. It motivates people that's got some dog in them. And it motivated him. Because he was slow as hell before. And now he's no longer slow as hell. He hooping. Shout out to him. Shout out to the guy. Nothing but love for that. Edie, I think, this is just another game where Edie was this Scott Foster officiating?
Yeah, yup, sure was.
Oh, well, if you see Scott Foster, then you already know what time it is. It's gonna be some bullshit anyway. So, Edie he got them calls because he a big guy, man. Two of them wasn't fouls at all. And one of them was a block, actually, that they took away and called a foul. So, that ain't worth a damn. But they beat up on a team they was supposed to beat up on. This Portland team, I want to say they need to do a fire seal, and break it up, but they so young. They in trouble as a franchise as far as their roster. But good game from the good guys, man. And as far as Brandon Clark starting, I mean, as long as we playing the Portland Trailblazers or whoever the hell it was we played the game before this, like as long as you playing people that's not a threat, yeah, you can start 'em if that's what you want to do. But against teams where you gonna need something, you need to go get Edie. And I don't know if y'all saw it. I don't know when we play OKC, but Chet Holmgren basically took a spill very similar to Ja tonight. So we'll see what his helping status is like because I want them at full strength when we play them. So I hope he come back.
For sure, man. Like I said, I gotta look at the schedule again, but I believe our first matchup with them is like December 29th, so still a good little ways away. Hopefully, both of them should be back by then. Hopefully, did see that spill though, and it was nasty. Shout out to the NBA today though, man. Not saying that they competed with the NFL in here or anything, because actually it was probably a really good day in the NFL too, but a lot of close games today in the NBA. I was actually off work and got to enjoy NBA League Pass for a day, and I was thrilled, man. Like shout out to the whole league. Really, really good games. Like I said, a lot of games just went down to the end, couple of overtimes, things like that. But back to the Grizzlies once again, just a great showing, man. Once again, it's good to have these good, comfortable wins. Yes, we're going into a big meat of our schedule right here, though. You got the Lakers coming up, Warriors, and then Denver, kind of back to back in that stretch. Two NBA Cup games. Yes, we're still out bodies and everything like that, but if the Grizz could get through this little stretch right here, even a 2-2 or even amazingly a 3-1, I think they could be all right. Then you're looking at a Desmond Bain returning, and Vince Williams should be back here very soon. It sounds like Smart might be back by Wednesday for the Lakers game, or maybe the game after that. So But I will say this though, even with all these guys returning, some things you don't want to mess up too much in a way. Like what they're doing with Edie, I mean, I think they should go ahead and do it with a Marcus Smart. Go ahead and bring him back in off the bench, man. But that's a conversation that we've had forever, and it don't seem like it's gonna happen. But I think this is a prime opportunity for it to happen while these guys are rolling right now. But go ahead, Pat, and then Judge of Memphis, then Big Grizz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I said. Number 12 again today, man. What's in it? Hey, look. What's up? Hey, what's up, Grant? Yeah.
Chilling, man. Enjoy the win.
All right, man. Hey, what? Oh, shit. Hold on, man. Hey, so my whole thing is people been man missing the action though, man. Talking about Jerry, man. Jerry is doing what Jerry do, right? Huh? I want to have a conversation.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to grandstand. I want to have a conversation though. Twins, me and you. Folks, look, PG2, Scottie Pippen is still doing what he's supposed to be doing though, right?
Hooping. Locking up.
Okay. Hold on. So we got Jerry, man, like the whole man, kill Jerry and get Jerry out of here. All this other okay shit, man. Right? Because I'm at though. Why folks so quiet though?
Hey man, I can't make people come to the space, Pat.
Man, come on now. Come on, Grants.
You see,
Like,
young
come
Harry
on.
even
Man.
been missing in action, Pat. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
people need to
man. But hey, look,
sometimes,
it's
Pat.
been down. I'm not screaming though. I don't know why it's so loud. Anyway, I had been told y'all, man. Jerry did what Jerry did last year, right? He had to go through the man. They might have to walk on coals type shit, man. He really had to sit up there and he expanded his game though. Jaren Edge just dropped what he dropped, like 39 the game before and 20. Man, Darren, come on now. Like I'm saying, like folks are missing in action though. Folks that was up there talking about like y'all want Jaren up out of. Folks talking about like I told you, I said Scottie Pippen's on you. It's gonna be PG2. Man, where they at though?
I mean, I don't know, Pat. I don't know where they at, Pat. But guess what? You're right about Jaren though. The past two seasons.
No. Hold on. Cause I don't understand. Hold on. Cause I really don't understand why my mic going like this. But cause you want to trade Jaren though. Yeah, like
Who, me? I don't want to. I've never really ever said I wanted to trade Jaren.
Come on.
Now, have I been hard on Jaren? Absolutely. Hell yeah, I've been hard on his ass. But I was never in the crowd of trading Jaren. Now when Giannis when Giannis' name popped up, shit, a lot of people could be for sale, Pat.
You say for who?
Giannis.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but I'm saying like y'all now we're not talking about that though, my guy. I'm talking about last year. Y'all was up there instantly. Jaren got to go type shit, man.
What did Dez just say? Dez just said that bullying works, Pat. And the ones that really got dog in them, they gonna respond. Shout out to Trip, man.
So Darren floppy ass. I told y'all that, man. I said Mike Jones is down there MVP action, man. Darren ass fluke as hell and still get man. That man is putting up buckets. I told y'all that man was top 5. DNA
at his position, yes.
Go ahead, get to the point.
Go ahead and get to the point though, Pat. Cause we got some more.
No, because this is what y'all do though. Jaren is he's that guy. Scottie Pippen Jr. is PG2. Like I told y'all this. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, y'all can't duck from what y'all said, man. Like, Jaren is that guy right now. No bullshit. Yeah,
No, you got it, bro. Like I said, hey, I ain't done.
Ah,
I'm
hey,
here.
yeah.
I'm here. I know you might be talking about other people, but I'm here. So I ain't.
Jalen Williams with the we bet. Giants.
Another big win tonight for the Grizzlies. Lionel Hollins once said that you got to judge a team on 5 game sets. Grizzlies' first 5 game set, they were 2-3. They followed that up by going 4-1, and now they're 1-0 in this next 5 game set. If they can come out of this 3-2 or 4-1, it puts you on track consistently to just about make the playoffs. So, when you look at the next four of this remaining 5 game set, you got, you're at the Lakers on Wednesday, you're at the Warriors on Friday. Of course, they're cooking. They just beat OK City tonight, even though Chet Holmgren went down early. So hopefully, he can recover. But then they're hosting Denver on Sunday, and then matter of fact, they got Denver back to back Sunday, Tuesday at home. So these next 4 games, like you said, if you can go 3-1, even 2-2, I'll take it. But just an all up round effort tonight. Uh, I'm still a little sour about my guy Edie not getting his minutes early because I think the way they're playing right now, it's just so easy for them. Whatever they do, it's seeming to work. Scottie Pippen Jr., you got to give it to him once again. He bounces back from triple double, gives you 17 points, 6 or 8 shooting, 2 or 3 from the 3 point line. He was plus 17. I mean, everybody was plus. Jalen Wells plus 28. He had 16 points, 5 and 9 shooting, 2 or 4 from the three. Santi Aldama, nasty no look dunks, threes, finger rolls, left hand. I mean, I like Santi at the three. I like him at the three. At the three, Santi Aldama can play for me any day. Um, Jaren Jackson, he's been a man on a mission. Obviously, he's got over the last 2 games, 59 points. So he's just a tad below 29 and a half a game over the last two. He gets 7 boards. I think Zach Edey had more than they credit him for. They're showing he only had 1 block, but I know for sure he blocked dude shot it near the buzzer, and then he blocked a couple other shots. So I don't know. They need to take a look at the stats, but Jay Huff is probably one of the more productive backup, the third string bigs you'll ever see. He had 6 blocks, 12 points in 20 minutes. Jake LaRavia, this was probably his best game overall. He's continuing to get better. I got to give it to him. Ever since they declined his contract, he's really stepped it up, and that's what you want to see. So uh, the Grizzlies are just cooking right now. They're cooking, and the Lakers are probably catching them at a bad time. So hopefully they can go into LA. It's always a tough place for us to play there, but hopefully they can go in and play our game on a national stage on ESPN. And you come back Friday, you on ESPN against the Warriors. So, man, shout out to them Grizzlies, man.
No, I appreciate you, man. And to add one more player to the list that that you reeled off, um, Luke Kennard, man. I've been tough on Luke too. Um, the assist tonight, the playmaking that he displayed, 11 assists tonight. That's incredible from Luke. Even getting commodity with these guys as quick as he has, just only playing 3 games. So shout out to him. Um,
It's obvious it's the
so,
system.
no,
Yeah, the
absolutely,
system.
man.
They put in it's record breaking.
Yeah, the system, like I said earlier, the system's definitely working. I had a friend send me, Isolo's kind of like rotations and stuff, how he did things in Paris. And really the minutes, the way that they look now is very similar to what he did there. In the regular season, this is just what they do. They spread the minutes out between a lot of guys. So starters and stuff really don't go over 30. But once again, this is the NBA though, so hopefully he understands that in bigger matchups and everything. But right now it's working. Like I said, it looks good. You definitely needed an uptick in your offense with this new staff and everything, and they've brought it so far. Once again, half court still means a lot, so we'll see how that goes with the main guys back and when we're playing a little bit tougher matchups. Like I said, this stretch right here, this 4 game stretch is very important. It sucks that we don't have our guys, but I think it should be really good for even our backups and everything to get some good seasoning and in winning moments. All these teams are jockeying for some type of seeding, even though it's early in the season. And on top of that, you got the NBA Cup, so it's going to be a lot of competition in this span to really be able to get a judge of a lot of things. Go ahead, Big Grizz, and then Sean.
What up, Grizz Nation? A whole belt the ass affair was today, and it was lovely. It was lovely to see. Like I said, the system is amazing. That system runs real smooth. It's real hard for people to defend everybody, especially the way the Grizzlies generated points tonight. It was all around. So you never know who's gonna kill you until you get shot. And today we got starting five, four to starting five in double figures. Brandon Clark with 9, 71 total points for the starting five. That's just amazing. Three more players in double figures without there's total of 8 in double figures for the night. That is, well, excuse me, 7 in double figures. My bad. They just they balling, man. They balling. They playing free even when garbage time. When you get the garbage time and you hear the crowd the loudest they ever been for you get to score buckets, man. That is amazing, man. It's beautiful to be a Grizzly right now where you can go somewhere and you get the clearly the Portland crowd to cheer for your last player on the bench rotation to come out there, man. It was exciting. It was exciting to see. I like everything I see going on still. I know when we get fully healthy, it's gonna be a real problem about the minutes distribution and who gonna get the minutes and where they gonna go. But I wouldn't take Wills out there starting lineup. I had to have a long conversation with Marcus Smart. I hate to say it like that, but I would have to have a long conversation with Marcus Smart about that. Leaving Wells in with Ja and Bane and Jared. Oh my, that's gonna be some. That's gonna be. Ooh, yeah. I'm just excited, man. I'm happy about what I seen. I'm happy about the production for other teams, the direction they going, the way they playing right now. They gelling. They figured out the system. They figured out the rotation. Who's supposed to be where. You can see that it's seamless now, as far as how they create their offense. And like Point Luke is a problem. Point Luke is a problem. He was a problem tonight, but I'm not used to seeing Luke like that. But if he can get you like that, if he can infect the game like that and be contagious like that, man, I'll take it. I'll take it. I still would like to see him in the rotation getting threes, but I guess when you get the starters in, he'll get more open looks from three because you got to spend so much time in detail to Bane and Ja and Jaron that he gonna automatically be able to just hit endless amounts of threes wide open when he get like that. Same for Wells. I know I'm a run on sentence about it, but it's interesting to see how and to think about it when we get fully healthy, how the problems that we really gonna have as far as minutes and rotations, because you got a lot of good players right now. You playing and basically the bottom half of your bench is on the floor producing starter like production, and it's amazing to see, man. It's just amazing. Um, I will say Jake was literally everywhere on the floor, affecting everything, diving on the floor for loose balls. He was actually great tonight. Like above above expectation when you seen well from what we seen from him tonight. And if we can get that Jake night in and night out, either his stock value gonna rise or we ain't gonna be able to pay him. And I'll take either one though, cause like he's good, cause he's on this roster this season and we are deep. Um, I ain't gonna say too much more, man. I think I covered everything I basically wanted to say. I'm gonna go over here and mind my business and stand on it too. So y'all enjoy y'all night, man. Let's keep this thing going like we always do.
Appreciate you as always, Big Grizz. Go ahead, Sean. How you doing tonight, man?
Good evening. Doing all right. Yeah, just a couple of things that stand out to me are you are seeing what happens when you get value in unexpected ways from several pieces of depth on your team. Like Wells came into this season as a rookie known for his shooting. What has stood out more than anything? His ability to be able to defend point guards. Tonight, Luke, known for his shooting. What did he do when Scottie Pippen was, in a little bit of foul trouble without Jaw? He had 11 assists tonight, showing his playmaking ability. Jake's value outside of scoring is shown all year long. I know that I'm a bigger fan of Jake than most, but for anyone saying, hey, well, just the past couple of games, Jake has really done well. I mean, he's done well all year long. There's a reason why coming into tonight through the first 10 games, we outscored opponents by 50 points in the first 10 games of the season when Jake was on the court because he's one of our three best rebounders right now. He's been one of our best passers, and he played well tonight. And you obviously you see, so it goes from Jake, playing well, playing decently nearly every game to when he's shooting well. Hey, he legitimately is having a very good game. So it's awesome to see. But that to me is what stands out about tonight's game is just the fact that you've got so many players right now who are adding value outside of scoring. Like that's what stands out. I know that some are not necessarily that thrilled to see how Edie is being utilized. I get it. We'd like to see him probably 25 minutes a night. I can understand that. But over the past two games, his rebounding hasn't necessarily been that needed. In these games coming up, you probably will see him take on a bigger role because his rebounding will be needed. But he still has been productive. You're just seeing everybody be extremely productive in the opportunities that they're having, and they're doing it in multiple ways. And I think that that's really what's standing out. Now, I'm going to be honest, throw a bit of cold water on all this. The biggest contributing factor to how we've looked over the past two games is the fact that we played the Wizards and the Trailblazers. That is a big contributing factor to how good we've looked, but it also proves why we are significantly better than we were last year because we took care of business for the reasons, that me and many others have mentioned. But one other thing that I'll say is this is that, we've talked about the style of play. We've talked about what stands out, what would make the Grizzlies really be able to succeed beyond, having the injuries that they've had. I go back to that balance of being able to confidently shoot the three along with how good we are in the paint. When the Grizzlies attempt 30 or more threes this year, they're 5-1. When they attempt less than that, they're 2-4. And we haven't even seen Luke get going yet. This has been without Bane, obviously, Gigi and Vince as well. So I'm all about us having as much success as possible inside the paint. How much we've improved in that area has been huge. But the step above that is balancing it out with the three. And when we get those 35 to 40 looks a game, it's leading to us playing winning basketball and we're getting the job done. Hopefully we can continue to find success through that approach against tougher competition.
For sure, man. For me, I'm fine with 30. I'm fine with 30. I hear your numbers, but once again, just the way the team is built, just the history of the franchise and everything. We're an inside out team. But we're still kind of trying to be that in a way right now. The dribble drive is really picking up with everybody, like you said. It's not just Jive driving downhill or Dez driving downhill. It's pretty much everybody being capable of doing it. Even with a Brandon Clark, he might not be able to drive downhill, but his diving and things like that, playing the middle of the floor, still opens up things for everybody else. So it's still somewhat of an inside out game. It's just different from a lot of ways that that I or a lot of other people might want to like to see it. But it's working. It's been effective so far. So I can't complain. Um, uh, it was something else I want to touch on to that point, but I forgot. But anyways, another great game. Um, when we get these wins, y'all, I think a lot of more people need to come up and celebrate because once again, like business, playing a little bit more, helping out the perimeter defense.
It's our competition that we faced. That's straightforward what it is. Like I say, that's it. That is something that I'm going to put, I'm excited about how we're playing again. We're taking care of business in a convincing fashion. That's absolutely the case. But I think it's two things. I think, it's the competition that we face, Brooklyn twice, the Wizards, Portland. That's why right now we have one of the toughest schedules remaining in the NBA because we've had a pretty easy start to the season against some of the worst offenses in the league. So that's a contributing factor. But the other thing about it is that right now, the Grizzlies are going with the anchor duo for a lineup that has most consistently led to positive results, and that is Brandon Clark and Jaron Jackson Jr. And that to me is a valid enough reason as to why you bring Zach Edey off the bench. Right now, the Grizzlies are trying to figure out how to start games against the opponent's best players. They're trying to figure out what is going to put them in position to get off to a strong start against their opponent's best players. Right now, that is Brandon Clark and Jaron Jackson Jr. sharing the court. I get what Edie can do. I get, that his size has proven to be very effective. But right now, and I think that it'll hopefully continue against the stronger teams. Right now, that lineup of Brandon Clark and Jaron, you know, guarding the rim, Clark being able to let Jaron kind of roam a little bit, but then Jalen Wells, his defense being able to kind of limit the point guard play of the opposing team. And you've got Scotty in there being able to create some turnovers as well. That's a really underrated defensive lineup. But at the end of the day, I think that's what stands out. They're going with the combo that's been proven for years now to work. That right now is what they've got to do to be able to start the games well. So I think that is a huge boost. But in terms overall of our defense, I think one of the biggest contributing factors is that we've just faced weak opponents. We'll see how it plays out against the Lakers and especially the Warriors and Denver. We're going to get tested quite a bit. I think that our defense certainly has the potential to be top 10, but I also think that you're going to see the statistical performance of our defense regress significantly because of of the opponents that we're about to play, and that's just to be expected.
To your point about starting faster, I mean, in my opinion, I think we started out really well in a lot of games, Sean. Like, I mean, we were getting 30 to almost 60 first quarter and first half points, even with Edie starting. So maybe that's a testament to just the opponent, the way that has been working with Brandon Clark. Because in my opinion, I don't think we've gotten out to faster starts as far as scoring or anything. But like you said, opponents have a lot to do with it, and I mean the defense has been really good. So yeah, I don't see too much of a difference between when Edie was starting and what Brandon Clark is bringing right now. The scoring to me looks on par to the same, unless I'm wrong about that.
The 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 overall impact of Jaron and Brandon Clark is significantly better than Jaron and Edie. And I know that it's more through defense, so that speaks to it. And I know that it's not as it's more analytical, which I know that some people value more than others, which is fine. But yeah, Edie, if they wanted to start Edie, I think it'd be perfectly fine. But yeah, the Brandon Clark Jaron combination right now, yeah, that's a significantly better combo to anchor the lineup with than Jaron and Edie right now. And that's nothing against Edie. He's played 11 games in his NBA career. In time, you hope that it gets close to what Clark and Jaron can do. But I just don't see very much wrong right now with starting with Jaron and Clark, closing with Jaron and Clark, and then utilizing Edie for 15 to 20 minutes a night in between, and using him more when you know that his size is going to make a difference. But hey, I'm happy. I'm happy the Grizzlies are actually going with the lineup duo that's going to put them in the position to win the most. And right now, that's Clark and Jaron.
Yeah, I guess, man. I'm just never going. I'm not a fan of it. It is what it is. Like I said, they've started out hot even with Edie. Um, Analytically, whatever you want to put it, it's the truth. They look at damn near exactly the same. But regardless, we'll roll with it. The Grizzlies showed that they were going to do this in the preseason. It's just funny how Zach Kleiman says one thing and Taylor Jenkins is doing a whole different thing. So we'll see how that plays out. But to me, you go ahead and start the 7-5, 7-4 guy, and you work through it, man. Like it's not like he's done any, like he hasn't been awful defensively. Shit, not in my opinion, he hasn't. Yeah, he got some foul trouble tonight, but yeah, I just don't attest that to bad defense though. That's just me. Shout out to Brandon Clark though, and Edie. Edie is handling the situation smoothly. He's not hanging his head. He's not upset. Anything like that. He's just going out there and playing basketball like he's supposed to. Shout out to Brandon Clark for stepping up in the role. Once again, maybe if you look at it differently, maybe they're trying to showcase a Brandon Clark for something. You never know. I get you, Sean. Yes, everybody knows that Jaron and BC has always been the strongest lineup as far as those, like especially with a Jaron. That's pretty much been the staple for those two for the longest. But at the end of the day, I heard Brandon Clark go up there on that podium at the exit interviews and tell them, "Hey, I'm a backup. Jaron is a forward. We need a center." And they did went out there and got it, so they need to utilize it. But we'll see over this next stretch of games, um, and hopefully it works out for them. But as long as the Grizz, as long as the main objective is to win, that's the main thing. Like I said, all these pre-planned alternatives and everything else that they got going on, I it is what it is. I'm not a fan, but as long as winning is involved, there's nothing that I can say or nothing to really too much complain about. But appreciate everybody coming through tonight. Um, y'all know what it is. Just please, if anybody's listening on replay, just go over to YouTube at Grindhouse Spaces on YouTube, and please go over there and subscribe, like the videos and everything like that. I'm trying to work on getting them up right after the space, but the screen recording thing, it'll hear me talking, but it won't screen record for everybody else to talk. So still working on that. Maybe I need to learn some new features, things like that. But it'll definitely be up by in the morning for everybody that wants to listen back on replay. Appreciate everybody coming through. Great Grizzlies win once again. Another relaxing win. Can't take these for granted at all. Got the Lakers coming up again on Wednesday on the road. They're gonna be a way tougher matchup. AD is back. LeBron's still out there. I think Rui Hachimura is back. So it's definitely gonna be a lot tougher matchup this time. And we've lost 12 and things like that since then. So but shout out to the game tonight and shout out to the coaching staff going out there getting an easy win. And I'll holler back at y'all on Wednesday against the Lakers. Go Grizz.